Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, each week looking at the headlines from the community and then a deeper look at the various shows that CIG have put on in the weekly review, this time for the week ending the 5th of June 2016. So what are the headlines? The May monthly report is out. The May monthly report, it has a detailed smorgasbord of information about what all the studios have been doing worldwide during May. Obviously, it's extremely 2.4 centric, but this time it gives us a lot of information about other juicy things CIG have been working on and what they're currently doing now, I suppose. There was work on capital ships like the Idris, Javelin and Bengal. There's some more details about the mocap shoots that they've been doing recently. I'll get a video up summarising all of that info for people that are interested or wanting to know more about that. But if you like the development process, if you want to know what they've been doing last month, these are gold, and I'll put links in the description to that article. The new weapon hardpoint system. So Star Citizen has a new system for weapon hardpoints. We can see this on the Buccaneer concept cell, but other ships and weapons, or at least weapon damage, will all need to be refactored to the new system, or say all need to be refactored. There will be some refactoring going on. With the new system, you can basically have a fixed weapon up to the maximum size of the hardpoint, or you can add various modifiers, one or all of them, at a cost of 1 point of hardpoint size each modifier you add to it. So, if you gimbal the hardpoint, that's a point of the hardpoint size taken away. If you make it a man turret, that's another point of the hardpoint size taken away. Or if you twin link weapons, again, that's just a single point. So you can have two weapons of a smaller size than that you could as the maximum size of the hardpoint for just an extra point of the hardpoint size. So let's go for a quick example. The nose size 3 hardpoint of a Super Hornet could have a single size 3 fixed weapon, a single size 2 gimbaled weapon, 2 size 2 fixed weapons, twin-linked that is, or 2 twin-linked size 1 gimbaled weapons. This is all assuming as well that the mounts are available to mount those weapons together. So in the case of the Super Hornet, that's that canard turret allowing 2 size 1 gimbaled weapons to be mounted together. If you would like to know more about the new system, check the link in the description for a quick video explaining it. The Buccaneer questions and answers are all up now, answering various questions about the ship and its concept. So for anyone interested in purchasing one, you have until Monday the 6th to get it. So get it while it's hot effectively. You haven't got much time left if you do want a Buccaneer. Also, this is the only time to get that Buccaneer with lifetime insurance and that free Item X. So, Item X is a free weapon that will be attributed to all players that purchase or upgrade their ship to a Buccaneer during the concept sale. It's likely to be the Combine Ballistic Cannon or Revenant weapon there. I'll drop an annotation onto the screen when we actually know which one it is, but it will be something big. It might not be either, I suppose. It could be something else. You can also win a Drake Buccaneer this month by commenting on any of our Star Citizen videos during the month of June. You don't even need to be subscribed, though that would obviously be preferable by me. You do, however, need a Star Citizen account. Let's take a deeper look into the verse in the weekly review, starting with 10 for the Developers, episode 12. So, they're going to update the writer's guide at some point, but it's not a high priority. They're concentrating on Star Citizen and Squadron 42 stuff. They're going to not try to retcon plot holes as much as possible. Minor ones might be addressed later or ignored. Any large plot holes will be evaluated and addressed as appropriate to the situation and the plot hole. They hope, though, to not have any plot holes, obviously. There will be also in the verse more poorly manufactured ships at some point. They're going to try and work them into the pipeline. You're going to have some crappier ships, or some ships that are much more out of service. The Endeavour is a science ship, and weapons-wise, we're going to have to wait until the white and grey box phases are totally complete before confirming what weapons and modules might be available to it for weapons, but the role of the ship is to go to safe areas and do science, basically. The front cab can be detached to go explore or do slightly more dangerous endeavours, as it were, leaving the more valuable rear elsewhere, kind of to be safe. Civilians versus citizens. So citizens, civilians and outlaws are all going to have their own fleshed out gameplay. Citizens get to vote in the Senate is the idea. They're not supposed to be seen as better than civilians in the kind of status. So they haven't finished deciding actual in-game effects, but the idea is that citizens will be seen as more trustworthy and notably like good, not that they have a high status or look down on civilians. Ship release pipelines. Smaller ships typically get finished quicker as they require less work. All concept ships are scheduled out on the production pipeline at the moment. You'll also see lots of Drake ships more recently because the pipelines for them and the style guides for them have been done and allows them to do all of that Drake stuff much more easily. With the Prowler and the Banu Merchantman, they need to finish the style of the Devarin and the Banu before they can work in earnest on those ships and get them into full production. So that's why they're taking a bit longer. Also, I believe that they're not going to be used for Squadron 42, and that's their priority at the moment. In the Round the Verse Season 2 Episode 34, we found out a few things that the studios around the verse were doing. Down in Los Angeles, they're making the finishing touches to the Caterpillar's cargo module. They've also started work on its command module and general ship sections like corridors. Work is going on the interaction system that's going to be used to replace the use system we currently have, and that's the kind of the dial system, probably the inner thought system, I think it's called. Working on hair, additional clothes, and more of the shopping experience for players as well is currently going on. Down in Austin, 2.4 and persistence-based crashes are being fixed. They're really, really working hard on those persistence issues. They've been working on ship enter and exit animations at the mocap studio, and they're currently getting those enter and exit fast, super rush and casually kind of animations all done so that you can leave at certain different speeds based on your situation. The Herald White Box review is scheduled for this week, and then they're going to be moving into the grey boxing phase. That's exciting for people that like the Herald. Down in Foundry 42 Frankfurt, yes, that's correct, we don't have a UK report this week. They are talking about the process of the motion capture stuff. They shot 75% of what they needed last year for Squadron 42. Now they have that other 25% that they need and some extra secondary content. There are also a few actors that we still don't know about that are in Squadron 42. I expect them to be recognisable sci-fi actors though, but we'll probably learn about them soon. This week's ATV interview was with Josh Herman, the new character art director. He overviews the character teams in Los Angeles and the UK. It's all about the work that is involved with characters in regards to Squadron 42 cinematics and marketing. There was also an Alpha 2.4 QA experience kind of behind the scenes. They're talking to Justin Binford. He's the QA director and looks after the 4 main studios for their QA departments. They're kind of responsible for IDing bugs, along with the Ivocati, the PTU testers, getting updates into a playable state, getting those builds ready for our consumer hands. This week's MVP was Bad News Baron for his 5v5 Starfarer boarding gameplay. Shirts versus skins is pretty cool. Or suits versus skins, I actually think he calls it. And this week's ATV Fast Forward was the quick egress animations. So this is what we talked about earlier a little bit, the enter and exit animations that we're going to have in different varying speeds. And there are a few little other news nuggets in Reverse the Verse this week that we haven't discussed earlier. They still need to fix some 2.4 networking issues and blockers before it goes to live, but hopefully that will go live relatively soon. The current Caterpillar owners will receive the cargo version of the Caterpillar. So there's 4 modules that come with the Caterpillar. The current owners will receive 4 cargo modules. They can't confirm what they do with future sales, whether they're going to do it like the Retaliator with multiple modules. It looks like that the Caterpillar may go on sale one more time, at least, before it goes hangar ready. So if you're really into the Caterpillar, you like what they've done with it, check that out when they do have a sale with it. The Shuben application winners will be notified at some point this week with an official announcement post. The Million Mile High Club will have item ports just like hangars, so that you'll be able to customise them. They haven't done that yet. The base Reliant will be on sale along with the Gemini and Starfarer when 2.4 goes live. They're not having any presence at E3 this year. They normally don't anyway, other than some of the devs are going there as fans, so you might be able to track them down if you want to go staff hunting. And they're in the prototype stages for that Star Citizen HOTAS at the moment, so we should see some pictures soon. A couple of other little shippy update things. They're making another Origin ship, but they can't give us any details at the moment on that. They will be making more consolidated Outland ships. That's the Mustang manufacturer, but they've got nothing in the pipeline at the moment. And they're also working out how and if exactly they're going to sell the Argo, that little tiny utility ship that the Idris has. I hope they do. I mean, it's going to be pretty cheap, it's going to be pretty simple, but I think it's a cool little idea. Like a grey cat, but in space. And that's kind of it from the news this week. There are still BritainCon tickets available for those of you that are free on the 23rd of July. That's going to be a big Star Citizen conference meetup drinking session with some of the devs, lots of the fans. There's going to be panels from YouTubers, panels from the devs. There's going to be some peripheral people there. There's going to be some people like the guys from HCS voice packs, that sort of stuff. There's stuff I'm not allowed to talk about as well, but it should be pretty cool. I'm going. There should be lots of people going. Try and come down if you can. It would be great to see you. I'm going, and lots of other cool people are going. And yeah, yes, I implied that I was cool. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as well, guys. It really does help me. Hopefully 2.4 will be released this week, and we can get some solid gameplay. We can start some ship buyers guides and that sort of stuff. Any content that you'd like me to make, anything you want me to look at in particular for Star Citizen, for peripherals, hardware, anything with a bit of a Star Citizen edge, or particular tutorials or guides or anything you want to do, please ask. I'm here beholden to your questions, answers, comments, all that sort of jazz, and they all genuinely really help me. You guys are great. Thank you so much to my Patreons. Thank you to my mum and dad for having me. No, wait a second. It's not an award speech. Thanks so much, guys. You take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the verse.